Hi everyone, my name is Anudh Mishra and I am an MBBS student at AIIMS Bhubaneswar. Today we are going to uh, solve some questions of the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. So this is a very important chapter in the botany section, class 11, right? This chapter mainly focuses on the morphology, like whatever we can see from outside of a flowering plant. So there are two terms. I will clearly demarcate it. Yeah. So as I was telling you, I will first like to demarcate the difference between these two terms. So one is your morphology. There is one more term called anatomy. Okay. So anatomy is a bit different than morphology. How if you would ask me how anatomy is different? Simple morphology is what you can see. Morphology is what you can actually see in a from outside. Whereas your anatomy is what you will see when you take a cut section of the plant. Okay, let's get started with the questions. So the first question is floral formula of a tomato or tobacco plant is. So देखिए, the first question asks us what the floral formula of a tomato or tobacco plant is. So these two plants belong to the same family. Okay. So see, they belong to the same family and it is called Solanaceae. Solanaceae, you can easily identify it using the characteristics like bicarpellary, syncarpous superior ovary, axial placentation. These two you can use. So see, bicarpellary, axial, syncarpous, superior ovary. First thing, ovary is syncarpous and superior. So G should be superior and syncarpous. So your B and C option are wrong because G is one and it is not syncarpous, it is free. So out of option A and D, now you have to choose. So let's move to the second hint. The second hint says that bicarpellary uh, ovary axial placentation. See, axial placentation, that points to the option number D. Okay. So it is a bisexual plant, axial placentation, syncarpous, superior ovary. So there we have our answer is D. Okay. Syngenesious condition is found in. So this is our second question. And let's decode this word. Syngenesious. Syn, what do you mean by syn? It means that they are together. Okay. It means that they are together. And genesis is basically for uh, anther. Okay. So syngenesious is where anthers are fused while the filaments are free. And these fused anther form a circle around the gynoecium. This is a characteristic of your Asteraceae family. Okay. Stamens are united by their anthers and filaments are free. This condition is called syngenesious. It is found in Asteraceae family. This condition is an adaptation for entomophily. Entomophily means your animals, they will, uh, the animals will pollinate this flower. So this is an adaptation for pollination by animals. Okay. Okay. Botanical name of cauliflower. Okay. So the botanical name, it's a, see, we all know it is belong to the family Brassicaceae. So Brassica will be the name of the genus. Name of species is Oleracea. Now we have to differentiate between these three. This var capita, var botrys, var gemifera. The only thing that you have to remember over here is the variety. VAR means variety. Okay. So the variety is botrytis. Okay. So the scientific name is Brassica oleracea. Variety is botrytis. The next question says China rose, hibiscus. Okay. China rose is part of it is also called hibiscus, and the flowers they have asked. So they have asked if it is actinomorphic, zygomorphic, hypogynous, epigynous, and all that. So see, first of all, what is the difference between zygomorphic and actinomorphic? So actinomorphic is your symmetrical, zygomorphic is asymmetrical. We all know it is a symmetrical flower, actinomorphic. The ovary is the ovary is superior. So the plant is hypogynous. And twisted aestivation, which brings us to this option number D. Okay. China rose, actinomorphic, hypogynous, and twisted aestivation. Okay. What does it mean? Basically, is see, actinomorphic means suppose this is the flower. This is the flower. I will draw the hibiscus flower only for your convenience. It has 5 petals. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From top, it will look something like this. Okay. This is that you can actually make a mirror image by passing a plane through it, right? That is what is called a actinomorphic flower. Easy to understand? Now let us talk about the hypogynous condition. The hypogynous condition says that the ovary, if this is the ovary, this is the ovary, the whole other parts of the flower should be below. Okay. Sepals, petals, everything else will be below the ovary. So the ovary will be superior. Okay, the ovary will be superior. That is called hypogynous. Twisted aestivation, very easy. The flower, the petals are kind of twisted like this. Okay, so this is the central part. The petals are twisted like that. A little bit. Pardon me. It looks something like this. Okay, this is twisted. All right. Okay, so now we'll move to the next question. Vexillary aestivation is a characteristic of the family. So this has, if you read NCRT, you would know vexillary aestivation. It's a special aestivation, and it is a characteristic of your Fabaceae family. Okay, there is no doubt in that. Okay, now I will try to tell you. I will try to draw how it looks. So look carefully. There is a large petal, and it covers 4 small petals. Okay, the posterior one is the largest, and it overlaps the lateral petal. This is the lateral, This is the lateral petal, and this is the fused anterior petals. So largest one each of lateral, and 1 plus 1, that is 2 fused petals. Okay, so total you have 5 petals in a vexillary aestivation, and it is characteristic of a Fabaceae family. Here you can symmetrically divide the plant into two equal halves by passing one plane. Okay, that turns it into a zygomorphic flower. All right. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Question number 6 says, which of the following is correctly matched with its three characteristics? P, C3 pathway, endospermic seed, vexillary aestivation. P belongs to Fabaceae, so definitely it has vexillary aestivation. Tomato, twisted aestivation, exile placentation, berry. That also matches. Onion, bulb, imbricate, exile placentation, maize, C3 pathway, close. So maize is not a C3 plant. So we will eliminate our options over here. Maize is a C4 plant, so this option is wrong. Onion, bulb, imbricate aestivation, exile placentation. Okay, let us go to the answer. The answer is onion. It has a bulb or underground stem. It has an imbricate aestivation and exile placentation. It is a member of the family Liliaceae. Bulb. So bulb, it is part of an underground stem. So the stem of an onion is actually represented by this disc. So if this is the onion plant, this is the onion plant with the roots. This green disc is a reduced stem. It is underground. Imbricate aestivation, that is a kind of aestivation. Okay. Exile placentation, it is a member of Liliaceae. That makes option number C correct. The correct floral formula of chili is, so floral formula of chili plant. It is an actinomorphic plant which is bisexual. So A, B, C, D, all of them are actinomorphic bisexual. Plus the thing with the, okay, the only difference that I can see over here is the it should, the androecium, the corolla and androecium are attached to each other. Okay, corolla and androecium are attached to each other. So B and D, we have to choose between B and D. Now, whether the corolla is free or the androecium is free, which means which is it gamosepalous or polysepalous? We all know that chili is gamosepalous, which means the petals are attached to each other, which makes option number B the correct option. Okay. Now, what does the explanation say? Chili pepper is a fruit of plant from the genus Capsicum, which are member of the nightshade family Solanaceae. Chili peppers are widely used in cuisine. That is not to our point. Now, what we have to know here is Solanaceae is the sepals are attached, the petals are attached. Androecium is free, gynoecium is also fused. So the trick is for Solanaceae, how to remember the floral formula. 5, 5, both are attached, 5 free and 2 attached. So only the male or the androecium is free. That is the trick. Free male. Rest others are attached, but the male is totally free. That is how you can try to remember the floral formula of the family Solanaceae. Because bisexual, actinomorphic, and all of this are just regular. Okay. Now, ovary is half inferior. What is the meaning of half inferior? Which means that it is neither superior nor inferior. What they mean to say is this is the ovary, and some of the plant is above it, some of the plant is below it. The ovary is somewhere in the middle. It is not hypogynous, it is not epigynous. We know that this condition is found in peach, rose, they are called, the ovary is called perigynous. Okay, the ovary is called perigynous, and this is found in peach, plum, and rose. Okay, we move on to the next question. Keel is a characteristic of the flowers of. Okay, keel, carina, all of these are parts of the maxillary activation. Okay, and I have already told you that maxillary activation is found in the family Fabaceae. Fabaceae. Now, Fabaceae, if you want to remember what members of Fabaceae are, they are basically your pulses, like the dal you eat. Okay, so the correct answer here will be your option number D, or beans. Right here, they have given the family Papilionaceae, which has been renamed as, which has been now renamed as Fabaceae. Okay, now bean, gram, pea. Okay, they have this maxillary activation, and they have a butterfly shaped corolla. Vexillum is the outermost. The large petals are similar and have wings, and anterior petals are keel, enclosing the carpels. So, as I told you, this is the anterior petals, this is the lateral petal, and this is the posterior petal. Anterior petals are fused. The posterior petal is butterfly. Okay, this is called vexillum. This are called wings, and this fused petal are called keel. That is how the flower is arranged. Moving on, the floral formula is that of, we just now discussed, this is the floral formula of Solanaceae. Okay, and the family Solanaceae we will try to eliminate. The soybean is Fabaceae, tulip is Liliaceae, sunhemp will not come, so that leaves us with one plant, or tobacco. And yes, tobacco is a member of Solanaceae. Okay, and I just now told you that actinomorphic, bisexual, superior ovary, 5552, the male is free. That is how you make the floral formula of Solanus. Okay. Soybean and sunhemp are monocarpellary pistil. Tulip has a trimerous flower and perianth. Moving on. What type of placentation is seen in sweet pea? Now, see what placentation is. Placentation is arrangement of seeds. Like inside a fruit, how the seeds are arranged. That is called your placentation. Okay. They have asked sweet pea, what kind of placentation will you see? So basically, sweet pea may we will see a marginal placentation. You have all seen pea, right? How does pea look? This is your pea, and the seeds are attached to one end of the fruit. This is known as marginal placentation. So yeah, the answer will be C. The gynoecium is monocarpellary, bears single placenta along the junction of two fused margins. This is called marginal placentation. Moving on. Pentamerous actinomorphic flowers, bicarpellate ovary with oblique septa, and a fruit capsule of berry are all characteristic features of. So, see, actinomorphic flowers, pentamerous, bicarpellate ovary. This one thing is very typical. This oblique septa, bicarpellate ovary with oblique septa. Pentamerous actinomorphic, not that specific, but bicarpellate and oblique septa, it points you to Solanaceae. Okay, that is characteristic of your Solanaceae plant or family. Because, see, what this oblique septa denotes, this is the oblique septa, bicarpellary, bicarpellary ovary with an oblique septa. This is your oblique septa. And if you cut the ovary, it will look like this. Okay. Fruit, capsule, or berry. That is example of berry is your tomato. Example of capsule could be chili. These are all characteristics of Solanaceae. In Brassicaceae, dimerous or tetramerous actinomorphic but sometimes zygomorphic flower, bicarpellary ovary with false septum. So for Brassicaceae, you will remember false septum. Okay. Brassicaceae, you will remember false septum. Oblique septum, you will remember for Solanaceae. These are very typical terms which you should not forget. You should always keep them in your mind whenever you are thinking about these families and their flowers. Whenever and their fruits, whenever you hear this oblique septa, false septum, because NCERT mentions these terms as it is, and the examiners put this in the questions as it is without any change. Okay. Okay. We'll move on to the next question. Bicarpellary gynoecium and oblique ovary occurs in. Now again, it points out to Solanaceae. The answer should be brinjal. They have marked D, but they have given mustard as the answer. Okay. Let me check. See, mustard is actually it's actually a part of your Brassicaceae family. So mustard will not be part of Solanaceae and will not have a bicarpellary gynoecium with oblique ovary. It's basically It should be changed to brinjal because that is the correct answer. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Tetradynamous stamens. Tetradynamous. You can clearly guess. Tetra means four, and dynamous. Tetradynamous stamen means four. Like there are six stamens. It looks something like this. This is the ovary. There will be. So people generally confuse that tetra means four stamen. It's actually in group like this. Okay. So four of them are equal and two are small. Okay. Two are short, four are tall. In didynamous, you will have two short and two tall stamens. Here you have four tall and two short stamens. This is a characteristic of your brassicaceae and cruciferae. Okay. Mustard family is a tetradynamous family. Cruciferae or mustard family. Okay. It is characteristic of the mustard family. So remember that mustard family is also called cruciferae. Cruciferae, brassicaceae or mustard family. All of them are similar. Moving ahead, which of the following is correct? Cucurbitaceae, orange, malvaceae, cotton, brassicaceae, wheat, leguminosae, sunflower. So the answer is malvaceae or cotton. Okay. Other are not matching. So there's nothing to explain in this. Cotton belongs to malvaceae. That is the correct option. Now again, pulses are obtained from. I told you Fabaceae is the pulse family. Beans, pea, soya, and all that. All these pulses, gram, channa. Okay, gram, channa, which you eat, all comes from your Fabaceae. So the correct answer is option A, economically important pulses, and they belong to the family Fabaceae. Okay. Moving ahead, coconut fruit is a very interesting. So coconut fruit is actually, have you okay, will you believe that there is similarity between a coconut fruit and mango? Okay. Coconut, mango, peach, olive, all of them are what kind of fruits? Drupes. Okay. Drupe is hard stony covering will be there. It encloses the seed. Okay. There will be a hard stony covering which encloses the seed. Stony covering. You know that in coconut, that stony covering is really evident. Very hard. In mango, the pip, like the big seed which you call it, actually it is enclosing the seed inside. It's the hard stony covering. Okay. Similarly, you'll find the same kind of fruit in peach and olive. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Coconut fruit is a drupe. Drupe is a fleshy fruit with thin skin and central stone containing the seed. So you have to remember this word, stone containing seed. That is characteristic of your drupe plants. All right. Drupe means a fleshy plant with stone containing seed. All these will have different degrees of flesh. In mango, you have the flesh which you eat. Coconut, maybe there is a flesh inside, endosperm. In peach also, in olive also, they are all fleshy. Okay. Move ahead. Morphological nature of edible part of coconut is, you know that the edible part of coconut is actually endosperm. Now there are two kinds of endosperm in a coconut, the cellular and the nuclear. So if this is the coconut, okay, I'll just draw it in green for you to understand it better. Imagine this is a coconut. There will be some degree of flesh inside it, and there will be some water. Now this water is the nuclear endosperm, this flesh is the cellular endosperm. So you can eat up the cellular endosperm, you can drink up the nuclear endosperm. Okay, you can eat the cellular endosperm, you can drink the nuclear endosperm. Eventually, all of the nuclear endosperm turns up into a cellular endosperm. Okay, liquid endosperm and cellular endosperm. So we have the nuclear liquid endosperm, which is the nuclear endosperm, and the cellular endosperm. Done. Coconut water from tender coconut represents, I just told you, it is nuclear endosperm. So see, they have given you so many options to confuse. First, you need to know whether it is an endosperm or endocarp or mesocarp or embryo. What the edible part, the tender coconut water is endosperm. That leaves just option D. But free nuclear, if you just remember, it was something nuclear. I had learned it is something nuclearish. So you'll get confused between C and D. Okay. But it is an endosperm, free nuclear endosperm. So you should have no doubts over here. Correct option is D. Coconut water is a clear liquid inside a young green